Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So the Lightning won't lose tonight. I can guarantee that. Absolutely 100%. Now, what we're going to do this evening is review how TSLY did today, because I kind of have this one on the daily watch at this point, just based on how it's been doing. And then I want to discuss within the next 6 to 12 months what TSLY and Tesla might do, and then look at the other ones, APLY and OARK again, and hopefully come to a consensus on what we think those are going to do within the next 6 to 12 months. So let's see. I think I have Yahoo, or no, I don't, but I'll get the Yahoo Finance screen going here. And yeah, TSLY actually did recover today, so that was a good deal, slightly. And it's up in the after hours, which is nice to see. We recovered a whole 18 cents for 1.38%, and we're actually up almost 4% in the after hours tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for joining so soon. I think that's on your end. I don't know if it's actually cutting off. I'll watch it again once it's posted, but I don't know if that's like a connection thing or what. But you can always watch the first 25 seconds again. I was just making a joke and stuff, but yeah. So yeah, I wanted to start at 10. I did run a little late, so I saw you were actually in here before we started. But let me go ahead and go to Yahoo Finance here, and we will go over the TSLY. So, like I was saying, we were up 18 cents today, or 1.38%. We're up in the after hours 48 cents, or 3.62%. So we're only about $1 off from probably where most of us got into it at. So overall, not too bad. But I just kind of have this on daily watch at this point because it was getting a little concerning, especially what happened to it yesterday. Um, we've got a lot of good comments too between the live stream and the comments that are coming in after the video posts. A lot of different opinions as to why TSLY is dropping. Some of you think it's directly tied to Tesla. Some of you think it's volatility. Some of you are saying the volatility spikes when when the stock or when the fund drops. Some of you are saying volatility spikes. So we've got opinions kind of all over the map. But I think generally we can agree that when Tesla stock goes up, TSLY goes up as well. So let's look how Tesla did today. Because I really am hoping at some point for a bullish turn. And like one of you keeps saying, by 2025, I kind of get where you're going with that. Hopefully everything's better by then, depending on how things go. And Tesla dropped again today, down $1.88 or 1.16%, but we're up in the after hours $1.14 or 0.71%. So Tesla right now could be quite a bargain. It's cheaper than Apple, which I still can't believe I'm saying that. I can't even believe they were the same price for a couple days, but now Tesla's cheaper than Apple. So go figure on that one. Let's look at how Apple did today. And not sure if we're any closer to finding out a date for the debut of NVDY or the Berkshire Fund for Yield Max. But Apple was actually down too, 163.77. Lost about $1.56 today, or almost 1%. It's up in the after hours, but the market pretty much got crushed today. I think the Dow was down like over 300 or so. And I got the phone back here. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go over these again, give my opinion, and then we'll see how many of you come on the live stream, and we'll kind of let you all direct the discussion from there. But yeah, the Dow was down 345 today. Nasdaq was down 238. S&P was down 65. Did we get some big news today or something? Why was it? More bank stuff. First Republic Bank shares fall 50% after reporting dramatic slump in deposits. That's what's happening. Because some of you that follow every video I do, which I think is most of you now, really getting the core audience going, which is great. Great to have a core audience. But the Danaher call options that I talked about like a week or so ago, I got 10 contracts. I got crushed in those. So I don't know if any of you followed me on that, but I was up like $500 the first day, but I've gotten crushed since then. And I think They might have missed earnings actually, because they were down $22 today. Uh, let's see. Yeah, they slipped despite beating Q1 earnings as lower COVID sales. See, when you read these articles as to why companies missed earnings, you get these Monday morning quarterbacks in the news article, and everybody immediately, it's like they have the answer. Like this thing here on Seeking Alpha says Danaher slips despite Q1 beat as lower COVID sales hurt top line. Who saw? Who would have seen that coming? I didn't even think COVID was still a thing, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on mine. Hopefully, I don't give advice on this channel. I do talk about stuff that I do, but I got September 15th expiring call options. So hopefully it recovers by then. Remember what I was saying. I was saying that if you look how Danaher typically does, it has a huge run over the summer. So might have got in a little too early, might have got eager, anxious, maybe should have waited till May. But typically if you study the stock has a really good run into the summer. And it typically has peaked out like right before those expire in September. So you'd probably look at like August and as for selling those for a nice profit. But I think that would assume that the earnings were good. But according to this, the earnings they were okay, but we just had lower COVID sales for whatever reason. Oh, good. So you got yours. Yours last longer than mine then. Um, and for those of you looking forward to the year 2025, 2 years from. Oh, wait a second. You mean 2024? I was going to say. Um, so a year from then, January 20th, 2025, hopefully something else expires as well, which I won't name. But let's see here. Okay, let me catch up with your comments here. It was a crazy day on the market. Tesla was down and TSLY was up. On top of that, all my put premiums went nuts today with volatility spikes. I'm losing money, but still above the strike. Crazy. Yeah, I haven't done any puts yet. I just, I really have to follow closer than I do to do put options and even call options to a degree. I still mainly do call options. Haven't done any covered calls in a while, other than the covered call ETFs that I'm in. But I'm not actually doing like covered calls at this point. Got burned pretty good last year with Mercado Libre. That's another series of videos I did like a year ago, or no, it was last summer actually. But yeah, bummer about DHR. But your expiration's further out than mine, so I've got to make a decision before you do. So anyway, back to Apple. So for whatever reason, Apple was dropping today too, and yeah, I think what happened, the banking news kind of freaked out the market. So yeah, Apple was down, like I was saying. Year to date, we're still up quite a bit actually. From 125, we were up like $40 a share in Apple. Earnings are coming May 4th, Star Wars Day, May the 4th. Apple missed earnings last quarter, but look at the projection; it was insane. So they should, knock on wood, they should hopefully beat earnings next quarter because, like I say, that hurdle is a lot lower for them to jump over. So that's my theory on that. Let's look at APLY. Not quite a week. I think it's not quite a week old yet. Let's see how it did. Also down 1997, up in the after hours to 2025. There's our 2025. That should be a good year, hopefully. We're hoping, right? Maybe get inflation under control by then. I just can't believe every time you go to the store, things are higher each time. It's like it's not ending. It's crazy. Now let's look at OARK. Max ARC, Kathy Wood Fund, also down a lot, 3%. Wow. But it's up in the after hours. So look, it's down. It was down 3% today. It's up 4.8% tomorrow. These are some wild swings. So for those of you saying that the dividend's based on the volatility, it could be really interesting to see what the dividend is next month. And I think we should have that soon. So if you want the dividends in these funds, I think you got to be in by like May 6th. So time is certainly flying. Did something happen after hours? Yeah, I think a lot of stuff happens after hours. There's even a way to trade after hours, which I haven't figured out, but I learned that because I got called out of one of my stocks in the after hours because even before the market opened, it was gone. Basically, the option was in the money, and I couldn't believe it. That stock got snagged away from me, like at 4 a.m. It was like in the dead of night. The stock got snatched away from me. So yeah, There's such a thing as real trading going on after hours. Haven't quite figured that out yet. That's probably something I'll do when I can fully focus on the market and not work full time and stuff. But I just haven't really been as focused on the market this year. Still doing my trading and stuff, but I'm not like as immersed in it as I've been in the past. It's just been really the last 2 years have just been crazy for trading and stuff. But yeah, I think in the futures, everything looks like it's up because we got crushed so much today. I think everything's going to rebound. So that's the only thing I see. See like all four under our Chili's ad that we get every video. All three except for the Russell 2000, but who cares about that? All three of them are up in the futures. The Nasdaq is actually way up. So if you bought any call options, hopefully you bought them before close of market because you could turn a nice profit tomorrow. Or if you got like some SPY call options. But anyway, so that's OARK. Let's look at the video real quick. I think maybe in the next month or so, we might get a sighting for the new NVDY fund. Ooh, NVIDIA lost $8 today too. Everything pretty much got crushed, but we're up 654 in the after hours. Yeah, that's what's happening because of such a volatile trading day today. Everything got crushed and it's coming way back. So that's, a lot of money to be made there for short-term options traders, right? If you got your puts and your calls precisely timed. So what else was I going to look at here? We looked at Tesla already. I was hoping, looks like we don't have too much live participation tonight. All right. Well, at least you showed up. So we've got 6 of you on, but I was kind of hoping to segue the discussion into what Tesla might do over the next 6 to 12 months. I'm hoping for a bullish run, and definitely within the next 2 years, I would certainly expect Tesla to be higher in 2 years than it is now. And you said, do you track ASTS at all? What is that? So the answer must be no. All right, we have a Jose Guzman sighting. Been a couple days, but welcome back. Okay, ASTS. Let me think about this one. The answer must be no if I don't know what it is. But let me look it up. Is this let's see, ASTS. Space Mobile. I probably should. Space-based voice calls. Oh, that sounds intriguing. I would hope if they do something like that, that reception on mobile devices would improve. Because, I mean, we're in the 21st century, and these mobile devices still, like when I'm in my house, I still drop calls. Okay, we got some Tesla details here. 1.8 million cars to be made this year, Tesla. Energy storage units also doing great year over year. Okay, so hopefully that's a bullish sign for Tesla. So Space Mobile. Okay, I looked on my phone here and I couldn't find a dividend for Space Mobile, but I'm assuming that it does pay a dividend. So, and I think NVDY is going to debut probably next month, which hopefully next month is a good month for the markets. Open. ASTS. Let's see here. 444. How about that? 3 4s. 8 cents. It was up 183. This looks like a penny stock almost. It's up in the after hours. 11 cents. 2.48%. 1 year target estimate. 20.67%. But let's look at the history of this. It's been around since 2019. Was relatively flat. See, stocks like these really confuse me because I see a lot of this behavior like with penny stocks, and not as in JCPenney, but as in penny stocks. They stay flat for a period of time, then they start spiking. You see, then they start doing this. They start fluctuating up and down, and then they do this. Ooh, this one's lost a lot. Earnings are coming up. We've got negative EPS. Market cap 888 million. So if you just hit the Powerball, you can buy this company. But the concept does intrigue me. Space Mobile, having hopefully something to improve mobile phone reception, because we've already got the Elon Musk Starlink internet, which comes from space, like satellites in space. So anything to improve mobile phone reception. All right, dividends only. Let's see what we got here. We've got none. Okay, so cross this one off the list. No dividends. No dividends equal no fun. But I'll keep an eye on this because the experts predict it to be $20 a share by the end of the year. But who knows? They're usually wrong. You notice that? Like the experts are usually wrong, even though they're so-called experts. Let's see here. Ooh, lots of comments here. We've got 7 of you, but 7 of you that are actually frequent commenters, so that's good. Okay, where were we? So Jose said, started a position in SVOL today, finally. Oh, really? I thought you were in SVOL already. Well, welcome to the SVOL gang. Better late than never. They should be paying their dividend out soon. Tesla also shipping more cars from China to Canada, of all places. How about that? I wonder why not the US? And you said, nice. Yeah, tell us what price you got in at. And then Jose, you said, you guys hear that the US government wants to ban Chinese stocks? No, I haven't heard that. That just was something said today about that? That would be interesting. I know some have talked about that. Let's see now. Yeah, okay, so no dividend for ASTS, but you have 24,000 shares. They just announced today making the first call from space with a regular cell phone, teamed with AT&T and Vodafone. Interesting. Do you think that will help AT&T stock? Because they've been in the crapper for years. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Something tells me, you know what, I'm going to add that to my list. We'll make it like, we've already got like 500 stocks on the list, but we'll make it at least 501. ASTS. Interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. One day I'll come back to this video and I'll either be happy or I'll regret that I didn't buy it. I wonder, sometimes they say the best trade is no trade, like if you don't make the trade, but are there ever any that like we don't buy it and then we're happy with our decision because it tanked? I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it's possible. Okay, so we got a price for Jose getting into SVOL, 21.58. That's a pretty good price. Well, that's the average price, but is that what you got in for? Because I think I got in around there too. 21.57 is what it's at today. I think it's a good buying price right now. Dividend still holding solid, 17.83. Let me get this. Let me get this guy's face off this screen here. I think that's the Google CEO. I want to search SVOL now. Oh, Alphabet earnings beat. I saw some crazy article about how some of these companies, like they're laying people off, but their CEOs are getting record pay. That's just kind of crazy. So that whole differential between like CEO pay and like the average worker, just kind of crazy. Net asset value suggests that, look at this, SVOL is undervalued. How about that? Interesting. We bottomed out about 21.22 March 17th on St. Patty's Day. But I think 21.57 is a pretty good price. Let me check when the dividend's going to get paid on this one. Let's see. Historical prices, dividends. Starting to get ads for cars on here. Benji Auto Sales. Oh, Mercedes. I wouldn't drive Mercedes. I like luxury vehicles like Audi and stuff like that, but the maintenance, I mean, forget the maintenance. Just stick to something standard is what I say. I say, like the book The Millionaire Next Door, which I've never read, but I talk about too much for never having read it. But the basic idea of that book, which I've never read, but somehow know this, is that, if you have money, you don't want everyone to think you do. So, like they say, new money, old money. There's no point in you get a little bit of money and, oh, let me get the cars, let me have the flashy stuff over here, the girls over here, like some of the YouTubers that you see, the thumbnails, right? That's usually sign number one that, they have something scammy going on. Because you should want to know, okay, what's the product you have? What's the product? Like how is your trading? How successful is your trading? I don't care about the Lambos. I don't care about, the girls in the background and all that. I mean, all that's nice, but if it's based on a legit product, then, good. But moral of the story, luxury cars, I don't think are all they're cracked up to be. So, okay, I think SVOL dividend should be coming soon because today is the 25th. So I think we should have a dividend here within the next couple days, actually. Let me go back to the main screen here. It should give us, what's not telling us, but I think any day, really. And Jose, you might have got in just in time for the dividend. I'm not seeing where the ex-dividend date is, but hopefully you got in just in time for it. That's funny. Get your shoes resold. Yeah, that's something I don't do, but shoes are cheap enough. Just buy new shoes. I wouldn't go too far with it. I already get made fun of for being too cheap as it is, which is funny. That's another fun thing about society is that people will make fun of people for being frugal. But I guess some people can take it too far. I try not to. I mean, everybody has their own quirks and habits and stuff. So okay, let's see what other comments do we have here. Um, yeah, I think that's a good price for SVOL. The experts are insiders trying to pump their bags. Yeah, probably. But if you don't trade, you lose to inflation. Well, see, that's the conundrum we're in because, and I've said this before. So inflation peaked at like 9%, and don't believe them when they say, because what you'll hear the politicians say when inflation goes from 9% to 6%, all you'll hear is that they cut it by 3%. Don't believe that for a second, because if you can think for yourself, you'll understand. We had 9%, we're down to 6%. We're still a good 4% higher than we were at the baseline. So, but that's what they do. That's all you'll hear. And get ready because for the next year and a half or so, that's all you're going to hear. You're going to hear about like how all the politicians are like inflation experts, and they cut inflation in half and this and that. But yet you're going to go to the store and you're going to say, but everything's still way higher than it was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So what are you talking about? What planet are we living on? We get another inflation reduction bill out of Congress, but prices keep going up. By the way, anybody know what did that inflation reduction bill do? It had a cool name. I mean, they got the marketing part of it down, but as far as actual substance, they need to go back to the drawing board on that. Anyway, I'm ranting again a little bit. Moral of the story: it's really hard to beat inflation right now because you want to beat it by investing. The idea is that okay, I'm getting into SVOL. Forget what it does. I'm at least getting 18%. So my alpha over inflation is at least well, say 9%, it's at least 9%. If inflation is 9%, they say it's 6 or 7% right now. So you'd at least be 11 or 10 to 11% over inflation. Am I right? Yeah. So if that's the case, but if SVOL drops, which we hope it doesn't, you'd have to factor that in too. That was another idea I had for the channel name at one point. I was going to call it like alpha investing or something like that. But I for some reason, I thought it was too generic. I have some other channels that I name similar. One day I'll get a second and third channel going. So let's see here. But yeah, good point. Good point overall on that one. 2157. Oh, you got in 2175. I think that's what I got in for too. CEOs make more money because they add more value than pencil pushers. Well, I agree with that, but it's unfortunate when people are getting laid off and the CEO is getting a raise. It just doesn't look good. I know the stockholders, the shareholders, pick the CEO's salary, but when they're making like Jamie Dimon's like 30 million or more per year, and some of them make like ungodly amounts, like hundreds of millions per year. And the thing is, they never suffer like with the general public. Like look at the financial crisis. They all got like these crazy packages to leave. So getting fired means they got huge $100 million packages. But anyway, just my opinion there. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, we addressed that one. Some books are too long to read. Yeah, I agree. Like if I pick it up and it's too long to read, I just throw it back down or I read the cover. Because that way, that's another good way to save money. Like if you're in the store, which who does this? Who looks at books in a store anymore? But just pick it up and read the cover. That way you don't have to buy it. You get the summary, and then you can just, actually on YouTube, a lot of these channels post, which I've thought about doing. I don't know if there's a copyright issue or what, but I see other channels do it. You could actually post the audiobook for the book. I was actually listening to an audiobook today, and it's a lot quicker. You can play it on like 1.5x, which hopefully you all do on my videos when you watch them again, because that definitely helps, the watch time and stuff. It's funny because if you ever listen to yourself in like 1.5x, 2x sounds too fast, but 1.25x is about just right because when you're talking live, it kind of runs a little slow. But so when you're on 1.25, it sounds like perfectly on point, not scripted, but perfectly on point. So Plato's Republic, yeah, I'll have to look at that one. One thing I do too, I get books and I kind of just stack them up and never read them. But I guess having the book, I'm halfway there, you know. So all right, we have a James Store sighting. We do have SVOL dividend of 32 cents declared per Fidelity today. Oh, cool. I'll have to check my broker and see. So yeah, that's good. Today is the ex dividend. Okay, so today, so hopefully Jose gets the dividend. And what did you say here? My quirk and habit is not wasting food, even though I've gotten sick doing that. I can't say I haven't done the same. I've actually one bad habit I have if we get into this. I probably keep stuff in the freezer too long. Um, I've got to like go through and like throw stuff out because I've gotten into. I mean, I've had other people. I don't let too many people, like go through that, but it just the wrong person could think it's a little crazy, but it is what it is. I can't say I haven't done the same thing, but you know what? Like-minded people, that's good. We're all trying to be frugal, and I hate wasting food. I hate waste in general. I'm an efficient person, and I hate waste. But sometimes it leads to, like, when I was working my old job, I accumulated a lot of stuff in my office because I was there for several years, and people would give me stuff and whatnot. So when I finally, when we got to take all of our stuff home for the pandemic, I had boxes of stuff that I brought home. So it was almost like I was moving into my house again. So I have all this stuff, and that's another bad habit that I have is just not getting rid of stuff. But I'm trying to work on that. So anyway, great minds think alike. All right, we have an Andre Brown New World Order sighting. SVOL dividend X date 425, pay date 428. Okay, yeah, thanks for the info. Good deal. Yeah, so you all are picking up on the same thing. One day I might just pick that for the channel, or I might pick another one because I have to tell you that is growing on me. It really is. But anyway, all right. So yeah, we're getting our dividend in SVOL tomorrow. Alpha, no, like alpha investing, like when you beat the market, that's your alpha. So like I was gonna call it like alpha investing millennial. It's kind of like a play on words. So let's see here. And you were cracking up at something I said. Um, yeah, I have crazy ways I've saved money. One thing I like to do too. We have a lot of the restaurants around here like give discounts when our sports teams win, which hasn't been happening lately for a hockey team, but it's another perk. Like if you go to like Papa John's Pizza or something, they give you 50% off. But one of the downsides of that is that they start to catch on to you, so you have to go. And this is what I could probably write a book on this. You have to like take things to an extreme. So there's probably 5 locations around this area, so you got to like go to different ones because what happens is you get the discount, you put the promo code in online, and the first time you go like to a new one, it's great. It's just as good as it would have been if you paid full price. But then the second time they jip you. They're like, oh, this guy's back again. Oh, we're gonna, you know what? Less toppings, less sauce. Like, let's make it shitty. And so you can't go to the same location every time because if you're not paying the retail price, they kind of catch on. And I just had that happen again like a week ago. So um, it's crazy, all these things we have to do, and inflation's made it a lot harder, certainly. So what did you say here? You and your watch time maybe have ocean waves in the background so we can use it. you know, that's actually another idea I had. So one of the biggest growing niches on YouTube is like these sleep videos. And a lot of these channels, like you look at how many subscribers and how much views they have like 8 hours of sleep music. I've thought about doing something like that. In fact, some of the videos that I have on this channel that I paid an editor to do, I asked the same editing group if they would do this, but they never did. But I wanted an 8-hour video that was going to be something money related. It was going to be like a hypnosis, like money is coming your way. Like it was going to be my voice, but it was going to be almost like meditative video, like with some music, and it would have like dollars pouring down, kind of like my thumbnail with the faucet with the money, and it would be like this money is coming your way, like a hypnosis kind of a thing. So I still may do that one day, but that's one of many crazy ideas I have. Let's see here. Other channel idea. Yeah, that's exactly right. You can never have too many channels. And I am going to hit these watch hours. I'm almost there. I think I'm only a few hundred away at this point. So I'm averaging like 60 a day, which is crazy if you think about that. I mean, I'm a smaller channel. Some people meet the watch time probably in a day. Of course, with the bigger channels, a lot of the bigger channels are like a big, like basically broadcasting network. If you have like 5 million subscribers, you're like almost like a CNN level or like a broadcasting network, Fox or whatever. But just to think about that, like 60 hours in a day or 70, I think yesterday was actually 80 hours. So I'm getting there. I think 5 more days and I'll have a celebratory video. Maybe have a drink on here with all of you all, virtual drinks. So yeah, for the watch hours. Let's see. Did you ever see that guy that recorded himself sleeping while his Bitcoin positions were in huge profit or about to get liquidated? You know, uh, it's funny that someone did that. I've thought about similar things. So he recorded himself sleeping while his Bitcoin positions were in huge profit. Yeah, like what I would do. I've had some big wins. I mean, not huge, not life changing, but I've made a couple $1,000 on a trade and whatnot. I've had 100% gain before. I've had, well, like my Danaher option win, but I've thought about doing something like that, like where I'm sleeping and the market's like going up and up and up, and I'm like, look at all this money I'm making while I'm sleeping. Put like fake dollar bills, by the pillow or something. I've had a lot of creative ideas, but just if I fully focused on this channel, I'll probably get to that point at some point. But yeah, definitely, I do have that creative side. Just got to put the time into it. So let's see. All right, Join Jen decided to join us finally. A Tesla in Spokane, Washington started a fire, and then Elon Musk tweeted out, "We didn't start the fire." Right? It wouldn't surprise me if he did that. He does have a sense of humor. And that happened, by the way, here in Florida. You're funny, punny humor. No way, Jose. Um, so during the hurricane we had in September, um, we had storm surge in the Fort Myers area, and a lot of these Teslas blew up. Like they were blowing up in the storm surge. So that's one thing that concerns me. And even before that happened, there's been Teslas like just in this area that I've seen a Tesla on fire on the side of the road. And what I've noticed, other Tesla owners stop and look at it because they're kind of like, I hope that doesn't ever happen to me. But those things concern me. I wonder if the technology is fully ironed out. By the way, I don't know if you all checked it out or not, but I'll drop a plug for this. Last Wednesday, so I've been running a podcast on this channel with another YouTuber, but I went on his channel and we had a solar panel expert that we talked to, and we were talking clean energy and stuff like that. So I actually learned a lot um, about, like, I didn't realize you could actually take your solar panels at your house and you can transfer them to another address. So that's good to know. Because my whole thing, I was thinking, well, geez, you'd have to live somewhere for a really long time to to recoup the investment on solar panels. Okay, so James Stewart says check clip China internet covered call. Oh, we looked at this the other day. I just don't know about Chinese funds, but we did look at this the other day. We got a thumbs up from Mr. Guzman. Tesla has internal combustion engines after all. I don't know about that, but something, they're. Oh, Join Jen has a great memory. Yeah, I did. I did talk about clip. It was just a brief clip, though. AGNC, good dividend, and they are poised for growth. I'll take your word for it, but I'll do some research too while taking your word for it. How's that? AGNC investment group. This is traded on the Nasdaq. 14.33% yield, negative EPS. Let's see, been around since 08. Actually went up between 08. How about that? Between 08 and 12, it went up 111%. And let's see here. It's been down in the whole history of the fund. It's down, but it's paying a pretty good dividend, like a lot of these that we cover. I'll make a list because I can probably keep the series going another 6 months with all the new ones I've gotten. I 100% agree. We don't need the Tesla vehicles on fire. We need the stock to be on fire. I would be a big fan of that. 100% agreed on that. Let me pull up this one here, this AG&C, since we've been looking at SVOL for a while. I'm mainly just addressing comments, so I just leave the screen there. 975 up in the after hours. Yeah, pretty much what I saw on the phone here. Let's look at what the monthly dividends are here. Maximum, yeah. Let's see. Come on. Year to date, how are we for year to date? Down, and then there we are with that. So there's that. Okay. Oh, historical data. They need to have money sheets too. I just saw an ad over there for sheets. Like we need like money sheets, to do one of those videos with like the Bitcoin going up. That would be cool. Let's see here. Oh, 12 cents a month is what it pays. So let's see. We can get better dividends, but SVOL is probably double that one. So, okay. Another car ad. Trending tickers: Microsoft, Apple, Visa, or Alphabet, Visa, and more. Huh. Okay. Let's go back to the comments here. Let me see how I'm doing on time. Oh, almost 40 minutes in. Let's see. Who should have who should have a ticker symbol on their stream? I did do that. Like instead of putting my channel name abbreviated, I used to put like either the topic of the video or a ticker sometimes on the caption under me here, which for some reason it doesn't show up when I'm highlighting a comment. But see, there it is. Once I minimize the comment, it shows me BNN. What's BNN? Some site. Oh, best site to find ETFs that pay dividends. Really? I haven't heard of that. And as you know, if I haven't heard of something, it can't be any good. Just kidding. Oh, business news. Business News Network instead of CNN. Like, yeah, Business News Network. Let me pull that up. Pull that up here. I think lately I'm learning more from the audience than the audience is learning from me. I don't know if you all feel that way or not, but hey, you know what? Good. There's bnn.com. Here. I can just pull up a strange web address. Oh, it's not redirecting. Let me try this here. Business News Network. Oh, BNN, Bloomberg News Network. Huh. Yeah, if you could ever get like a Bloomberg terminal, I mean, those are like 20 grand a year, but that's definitely cutting edge technology. So is that the one you were talking about? Stock market all the time. Yeah. Dang. Well, we peaked at about 8 live viewers today. Not a record, but not bad. I guess I ran a little later. So anyone else have anything today? I assume Bloomberg was what the BNN was. But you know what? Let me pull it up here. Not too much a fan of the man himself, but he does have a good product, I guess. So you're saying, what about etfdatabase.com? etfdb.com. See that one? Let's see here. The only thing, by the way, about doing those sleep videos for 8 hours is that you're not going to get a lot of ad revenue because if you think about it, you don't really want ads on a sleep video. Some of them do. They come like in the middle of them, and it'll wake you up to like, what is this? I hear an ad. What is this? But the ad revenue, they're good for watch hours, not so great for ad revenue. But anyway, yeah, the ETF database is another good one that I know of. So let's see here. Okay, I'll probably, if anybody has anything else, I can look at some other stuff here. I'm assuming we're all thinking that Tesla is going to be bullish in the next 6 to 12 months. So definitely hope it is. I hope all of them are. I hope Apple, Tesla, and even the OARK. I hope everything goes up in the next 6 months. But anyway, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good evening and see you on the flip side.